Working at
secure and multiple subjects down at the rear of Kroger.
81 and 82, since it's secure, can you go that direction with your body armor on?
Dispatch, we have parties at Station 2 in the bay hiding. They're uninjured, but they were not involved.
Check, I've got Shelby County. They're sending an engine company as well as an ambulance. Germantown was notified, and they're going to send as many as they can. I'll contact Memphis.
Scene is secure, and I have many parties down. I also need as many units as you can send me. Check, Chief. I need all you got right now. All you got.
Check. Right now, I've got 2 ambulances. What else do you need?
I need all the units you can. I have many parties down.
A deadly shooting shakes Collierville to the core. This afternoon, investigators are still searching for answers after Thursday's attack, which left the shooter and a local woman dead and more than a dozen others in area hospitals. Our Team 3 coverage continues with updates on the investigation, the victims, and who the shooter is. We begin at the Kroger where the shooting happened. Police and federal investigators are still gathering evidence. Our Simone Woolridge got another update just a short time ago. And Simone, that crime scene is huge, covering several thousand square feet. What's the latest?
Zanetta, it really is. So that press conference wrapped up about an hour ago. So we are learning some new information here that I would like to share with you this afternoon. So the total number of people shot is 15. They are in stable condition. Well, some of them are, and 10 of them are Kroger employees. 5 are customers. We know that 1 woman died and the shooter killed himself, and the chief believes all of that happened pretty quickly. So I mentioned that shooter. We are learning more about that shooter. His name is UK Hong. He is 29 years old. And Zanetta, you talked about the scene here being pretty massive. It's still a massive scene here, so I want to step out and give you a look. Collierville police still on scene here. Again, just still trying to piece together some of the information just about what transpired here and the steps that it did transpire. So we know that yesterday authorities made sure that there were no explosives and went through a backpack that was on the shooter. The chief also mentioned today at the press conference that they executed that search warrant at the gunman's home, and that evidence is being processed right now. This is including some of those electronic items. Of course, this was a very scary situation for the people inside. The chief reiterating that today, that they had to remove people from freezers, closets, just people hiding between groceries to seek safety. We asked questions about the gun that the gunman used in this, and if people were shot, were targeted. So he would not confirm that information at this time of if there was any targets in the store. But Zanetta, we heard some scatter traffic that we just played at the top of our broadcast. So it was a hectic response. So the chief really wanted to stress officers' response and the response of the customers and the employees inside of this Kroger store prevented more lives from being lost yesterday afternoon.
There were bloody people running out of that building, and there was not one blue uniform that hesitated. I mean, from the bottom all the way up, we're in there trying to help.
You know, I've been in the fire service for 44 years, right here in the town of Collierville, and I've never been so proud of a group of people in my life, my whole career, that looking in their faces yesterday, there was no hesitation to do or go anywhere to help their fellow man.
Yeah, that sound from the fire chief. Zanetta, it really has just been a very emotional scene here at Kroger. I spoke with someone who was inside of the store at this time when this shooting happened. He was a customer. He had to hide inside of the freezer for those moments. So just think about that. And then I spoke with someone else who came back to this scene. She was actually on lunch break. And then she came back to this hectic scene, and she was just trying to make sure her colleagues were okay. So again, information coming out of the press conference today that 15 people were shot, them hospitalized. I want to toss it to my colleague, Quimitra Wilborn. She is at Regional 1 Hospital with an update. And Quimitra, I know there was a press conference this afternoon at 11. What's the latest?
Well, Simone, we learned more about the conditions of those victims, and we also learned about the response that the hospital took in order to save as many lives as they could. So we know 8 of those 15 victims were brought here to Regional Hospital. So according to hospital officials, 1 of those individuals died. They confirmed that was Olivia King, who we've been reporting on since last night. They said 1 patient has been released and 6 are still in the hospital. And of those 6, 3 are still in critical condition. Now, when they first arrived, hospital officials say 3 of the 8 patients had to have emergency surgery as soon as they arrived. And we're also told 8 helicopters were dispatched to yesterday's scene in Collierville. 5 were from Regional Medical Center and the other 3 were from other surrounding hospitals. But officials say no one from the scene was transported by helicopter. They say the ambulances were already on scene doing what they were supposed to do, and that's transporting those victims to safety. Now, back at the hospital, officials say they immediately enacted their mass casualty plan to care for those patients, and they tell me they've been training and planning for an event such as this for about 5 years, and they felt they were prepared. We're told that despite the chaos on the scene, things went smoothly in the hospital.
We get a lot of bad press at times, Memphis does. This is one thing that we can be very proud of, is the response that happened to that tragic event yesterday. We can all be very proud of our system because it works, and it worked very well yesterday.
Now, that's the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Martin Kroos, who you just heard. He says despite 20% of their patients having COVID, they were able to mobilize those patients to make room for the new patients. Now, we are hearing back from the other hospitals who received the other patients from this tragedy. Now, 2 of the victims were transported to Methodist University Hospital. We learned from Methodist hospital officials that one of those patients has been released and the other patient is in stable condition. We also reached out to Baptist, and officials over there tell us 2 of their patients from the tragedy have also been released. So we're seeing a lot of good news here as those patients are coming out stable. Again, 3 patients still in critical condition here at Regional One Hospital, but they're doing the best they can. And they said that they're still working, and they believe that they had a good strategy in place, a good plan. They believed in that plan, and they were able to get everyone where they needed to be and do what they had to do. They did say they had to call in a few additional staff members, but everything went smoothly and it went very clean. Reporting live from the Medical District, Kwame Wilborn, WREG News Channel 3.
And reporting from the Regional Medical Center, the Level 1 Trauma Center that took in 8 originally of those victims. Just ahead, our Team 3 coverage continues from Collierville, where Adrita Patterson is talking to the shooter's neighbors. She'll join us with the latest in just a few minutes.
Right now, we're going to take it outside, share with you the sunshine, a few clouds trying to roll into the area. If you haven't been outside yet, I think you'll notice that it is going to be another delightful day. But of course, it's Friday. We're talking about the weekend. Storm Tracker 3S watching a little bit of that cloud cover moving in. A very weak frontal boundary is going to be just to our north, so it will bring us a little bit of cloud cover later in the day and into the evening hours, clearing quickly overnight. No precipitation is expected. The southerly flow will continue to keep those temperatures on the warm side. We were down to near 50 for most locations earlier. Right now, mid-70s. Holly Springs at 74, 77 Wynne, and 78 right now for Truman, Arkansas. And throughout the day, mid to upper 70s. Again, the southerly winds are back across the area, and as we make our way through the weekend, it may warm up even more so. We're talking some mid-80s and even upper 80s by early next week. We're going to talk more about that with your 7-day forecast and beyond, but there are a few of those clouds I was mentioning a moment ago. A much closer look at that weekend forecast comes your way in just a minute.
Todd, thank you. Some brand new information now on the Collierville shooting. Police have just searched a home near Nashville in connection to the attack. We're told that home belongs to the gunman's parents. We're starting to get a better picture of the man behind the killing. His co-workers say he was at the center of some conflict in the workplace, but many neighbors say they are shocked by the killing. Our Jarita Patterson has been talking to these folks all morning long. Jarita, you've been there since, before the sun came up. What can you tell us? What have you learned, especially with this latest information coming in with those family ties in Nashville?
Yeah, he appears to have been someone who really stayed to himself. But in a word, Zanetta, neighbors were stunned, to say the least, after learning they lived within close proximity of a man who would carry out such a heinous crime. Folks, the Collierville complex just behind me is where local, state, as well as federal agents actually moved in, executing that warrant yesterday following that mass and deadly shooting at the Kroger about 1.5 miles away from where we're currently located. It was apartment 102 inside the Madison at Schilling Schilling Farms Apartments, where detectives went with hopes of learning why this happened. Just this morning, we learned who is responsible. So we know the who. 29-year-old UK Thang, or Thong, possibly is how his name is pronounced. He was a third-party vendor working inside the Kroger that he later terrorized. It is his home, again, apartment 102, that became another crime scene connected to this attack. Collierville Police Chief Dale Lane was unwilling to discuss some of the details on what was taken from the apartment, but he did tell us electronic evidence was removed. Neighbors on and off camera saying that this attack is another example of devastation from gun violence. Take a listen.
We are getting the frequently very bad news, and those are not really acceptable, and it's so sad about it actually. So always we should pray for their families.
That's something we heard echoed over and over again, and that is prayers, of course, for the families and really this community. So far, those who have been exiting this complex have not been aware of the gunman. They don't know who he is exactly. Now, regardless, they refuse to allow someone, they say, who once lived here to disrupt or even divide this community, is how they put it. They also add they are more united than ever. We're live in Collierville. Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
More united than ever, something they will definitely need. Jarita, thank you. Still ahead, new details on a deadly attack near FedEx World Hub. Police make an arrest as witnesses describe what happened. A shooting at a FedEx facility near the airport added to the sense of panic across the Mid-South Thursday. A man was killed in an employee parking lot on Democrat Road just down the street from the FedEx World Hub. Police arrested Connor Lambert, charging him with second-degree murder. Witnesses told officers that Lambert shot the victim, Eric Briggs, during an argument. According to court records, Lambert told police he shot Briggs after he went to his car, grabbed a backpack, and started to reach inside. Back to our big story. One thing we've heard over and over again is how police and other first responders train for situations like this. Collierville Police hosted a training exercise for emergency crews just a few months ago. Here's some of what Chief Dale Lane had to say about it.
It hasn't been 3 months. The Collierville Police Department hosted a multi-agency active shooter training scenario with our law enforcement partners, fire, and I'm very thankful that we did. It's a whole lot easier to go through. You make your mistakes there. Today, what the result was victims were able to get medical treatment much faster because of the integration between police and fire. I'm very thankful. I watched guys that ran into the front of that building, knowing that historically, not in this case, but historically, many of these shooters have very high-powered rifles, and not one of them hesitated going in that front door.
Earlier today, we talked to Officer Alex Coker to get a better idea of what happens during shooter training exercises. Here's some of what he had to say.
Surrounding agencies to come together to work as one unit, also including EMS and fire. In the past, it's always been that EMS and fire cannot come in unless the scene is safe. Just like with CPR, the first thing you say is the scene safe? Now we're training EMS and fire as well to come in as part of a total package. They're getting body armor and coming in right behind us because minutes count.
First responders aren't the only ones adjusting their training methods. Kroger employees tell us they've been preparing for a worst-case scenario too.
Across the Mid-South today, we continue to deal with the sunshine, the light winds, and some comfortable temperatures as well. As we make our way through your Friday and right on into the weekend, we'll see some increasing clouds. Storm Tracker 3S watching a cold front trying to move through the area, but let's keep in mind, clouds only, no rain and no big punch of cooler air. We're looking at a very dry and stable weather pattern with the mild temperatures continuing. Currently it's 74. Those southwesterly winds will continue throughout the course of the afternoon and really into the weekend as well. Most temperatures were in the lower 50s this morning, although we did find some upper 40s in the outlying areas. Right now, low 70s are all quite common, and throughout the afternoon, notice how this area of high pressure is going to continue to drift off towards the east. That south and southwesterly flow continues. If you are heading out later on this evening, temperatures will be dropping through the 60s, and early tomorrow morning, upper 50s, low 60s for most. So it's going to be cool, but it's going to be comfortable. And then with the sunshine, we're going to be warming right back up throughout the afternoon tomorrow. When we take a closer look at what's happening over the next couple of days, here's that cold front I mentioned, and even as it pushes into the area, it brings with it a few clouds, but the rain will remain well to the north of us. The other big story here is going to be the area of high pressure that moves across the Mid-South. Will continue to bring that southerly flow into play, and that's why we are not looking at rain chances. Very stable, dry weather pattern ahead. So for the remainder of the afternoon, continued sunny and nice, 79 for the high. South winds will continue at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and as we head through the evening hours, temperatures will be dropping back down into the mid-50s. Winds will be light, and then for tomorrow we're looking at highs right back up into the lower 80s throughout the afternoon. When we have the 7-day forecast, you are going to be noticing temperatures across the area that are going to be holding mainly in the 70s for afternoon highs. For today anyway, as we head through the weekend, those high temperatures are going to be climbing through the mid and upper 80s with overnight lows in the low and mid 60s, and we'll continue to watch for a slight chance for some scattered showers as we make our way through early next week. That'll be another cold front trying to work its way across the area. Right now, rain is really not going to be my big concern across the area. Finding a way to get outside and enjoy that great weather will be. We do have some very nice weather ahead for the weekend. And Zanetta, as we mentioned earlier, for Friday night football, a few clouds in the area, but the temperatures are going to be in the 60s. You may want to consider like a little long sleeve shirt or a light jacket.
I think I'm taking a sweatshirt and I'm taking a little blanket. I'm going to pull out that. I keep a bag. It's like my fall winter sports bag. Got a couple blankets in there. Usually rain gear's in the back too. I'm packing the blankets today.
I hope you don't need the blanket, but it's going to be nice to have just in case.
We're not complaining. All right, thank you, Todd. September is Hunger Action Month, and more than ever, people in our community are facing food insecurities. Coming up on News Channel 3 at 4, we'll tell you how you can help feed those in need. Then at 4:30, lottery fever is spreading after no one hit all 6 numbers in last night's Powerball drawing. We'll tell you how big that jackpot is for Saturday night. Just showing you outside. Let's take a final look at weather before we head out the door.
I headed out the door earlier while you weren't looking. I just had to go check it out for myself.
To sneak out.
Yeah, we still have that nice breeze, which is still very comfortable when you throw in the sunshine and those warmer temperatures. The 7-day forecast does show us near 80 today, low and mid 80s over the weekend. And while it will be warmer early next week, that's really not going to change much for this weekend. It's going to be dry. It's going to be stable. You may notice it's a little bit warmer heading through the weekend, but it's still looking pretty good, especially during the evening and early morning hours.
Very good news for anybody headed out, and of course headed out this weekend, throughout the weekend.
Friday night, the weekend.
Well, as we close our show, we want to continue to offer thoughts and prayers to the families of those impacted by the Collierville tragedy. Collierville is hosting a prayer vigil this afternoon at 3 outside City Hall. Our live team coverage continues all afternoon, beginning with the news at 4. Thank you for watching.
reached out to us where something devastating like this has happened, and just thought, my gosh, I hope I never have to do that, but here I am. We are a family, and I know that the whole town is grieving, and hope we'll make it through this.
Yeah, he actually started tearing up in that interview there. Someone else who I spoke with this morning, a Kroger employee, she has been working
secure and multiple subjects down at the rear of Kroger.
81 and 82, since it's secure, can you go that direction with your body armor on?
Dispatch, we have parties at Station 2 in the bay hiding. They're uninjured, but they were non-involved.
Check, I've got Shelby County. They're sending an engine company as well as an ambulance. Germantown was notified, and they're going to send as many as they can. I'll contact Memphis.
Scene is secure, and I have many parties down. I also need as many units as you can send me. Check, Chief. I need all you got right now. All you got.
Check. Right now, I've got 2 ambulances. What else do you need?
I need all the units you can. I have many parties down.
A deadly shooting shakes Collierville to the core. This afternoon, investigators are still searching for answers after Thursday's attack, which left the shooter and a local woman dead and more than a dozen others in area hospitals. Our Team 3 coverage continues with updates on the investigation, the victims, and who the shooter is. We begin at the Kroger where the shooting happened. Police and federal investigators are still gathering evidence. Our Simone Woolridge got another update just a short time ago. And Simone, that crime scene is huge, covering several thousand square feet. What's the latest?
Zanetta, it really is. So that press conference wrapped up about an hour ago. So we are learning some new information here that I would like to share with you this afternoon. So the total number of people shot is 15. They are in stable condition. Well, some of them are, and 10 of them are Kroger employees. 5 are customers. We know that 1 woman died and the shooter killed himself, and the chief believes all of that happened